Hello, my name is Saisha. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a hot minute. Today, I want to talk about how adulthood is a scam because I think this is a very relevant topic and so many people will relate to this. So, if you don't know, I just finished my National Youth Theatre program and the topic was Elixir of Youth. And we had to talk about, you know, transitioning from being a teenager to a young adult to adulthood. And actually, it's a scam. I mean, I'm sure you already know that to some degree, but I want to talk about, I guess, specifically the emotional aspect of why it's a scam. When you're a teenager, when you're like 18 to 21 or 22, I'm 23, it's kind of acceptable to be floating and to not really know what you're doing. And I guess you're kind of still a baby, even though you're not, you know what I mean? But when I feel like when you're 23 or when you're 25, when you're 26, when you're, I don't know, it kind of feels like, whoa, everything is your fault now. You don't have friends? That's your fault. Why don't you have friends? You don't have a job that you like? That's your fault. Why don't you have... It's like, even though you have the freedom, you're burdened by your problems because you know that it's your fault. This perspective obviously depends on whether you have self-awareness, because I think a lot of adults or young adults are not aware that they're still kind of stuck in that victim mentality of blaming other people. And while external circumstances can negatively impact your life, I do think a sad reality is that our patterns and our behavior and the way that we've programmed our brains are responsible for most of the things in your life. But then you kind of get, if you notice that and you have that awareness, you have this weird limbo of trying to fix it and trying to improve in those areas. And you feel like you're like, oh wow, I'm improving. And then one little thing will happen. And then you feel like, whoa, back to square one. It can feel self-improvement or adulthood, or it can kind of feel like very frustrating, because even though, yes, you've improved so much from who you were when you were 18 or who you were at that, in those other, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily where you want to be or where you've arrived. And I think the question becomes, will you ever be satisfied? Your life will never be perfect, because even people who have perfect lives, or adults who are, they have a great job, they have a loving partner, they have, on the surface, everything seems amazing. They also have problems. Okay, life is hard, just choose your hard. Like, one of my mom's friends said, and I thought it was such a negative phrase, but kind of accurate. He was like, we choose our suffering, so choose your suffering wisely. You can either study really hard and get good grades and suffer the stress and just of sitting down and like doing the work, or you can suffer by knowing that, okay, I didn't do that well, and now what am I going to do now that I got those bad grades, XYZ. So I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit harsh on myself, but I will be having those moments of like thinking, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, and then just being like, okay, but you could have also done that, you could have also done this, and it's just like never, I guess my expectations for myself are never ending, and that can be a difficult thing to navigate. Because the older you get, the less time you feel like you have, especially in the age of social media, where, you're seeing like 5-year-old CEOs, or like how to be a self-made billionaire by the age of 16, and you're like, whoa. Or also, I just think people have unrealistic ideas of what success is, or what normal is. Like, I saw this this reel of this guy. I think he was in his 30s, and he seemed to have a good life. He was going to his corporate job, and maybe it's not the life I want or other people want, but it doesn't mean that it's not a good life. He has a roof over his head, his corporate job, he goes to the gym, he has a dog, and the comments on that are mostly from like Gen Z being like, oh my god, I can't believe, like, how is he living this way? How is he living that way? Like, there are people who are literally homeless. There are people who literally don't have a roof over their head. What are we doing? Anyway, that's enough of this internet ramble. I wonder if you can relate to that thing of adulthood is a scam. How do you navigate knowing that you're responsible for your problems now, when you never were as a child? Yes, that's what okay. Wow, it's always like at the end of my video I figure out what I want to say. We go through most of our life from children to like so from the ages of, I don't know, like let's say 3 to 18, of you're in school, you're in education, you're in that, but the approach is very much like, it's not your fault. You're a child, you're a teenager. You're not really thinking of your behavior patterns, or if I do X, then it means Y, then it means Z, because maybe you just don't have that awareness, or I don't know, it's just not the cultural norm. I don't know, I've never met a 16-year-old who's gone like, it's my fault for X, Y, because I don't know, you're just not. But then when you're an adult, it's like, boom, here's reality. You don't have a job that you're not then you should be networking, then you should be doing that, then you should be it seems like there is a solution for each one of your problems, but with that solution will come a new set of problems, and that's just kind of life. Like, navigating that is just kind of life, and there are good moments and there are bad moments, but we just have this false idea that life is supposed to be a linear trajectory looking upwards. And on the surface, I guess you could say my life has looked like a linear trajectory, like it is going upwards, but everyone's life may look like that. Okay, I've done an undergrad, great, and I'm going to a better uni, great, and I'm doing a job. And it looks linear, but it's not, because in that, you have those moments of, what am I doing? Okay, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this, I don't have that, and it's like navigating that. What part of adulthood do you feel is the biggest scam? Comment down below. Let me know. Also, please tell me what videos you guys want to see me make. Like, I want to do YouTube more consistently. And I think I have been more consistent. Like, even today, I woke up, I was like, I don't want to do it. I was like, I'm not in the, what am I going to talk about? I don't want to. And I was like, you know what? Let me just talk about what's on my mind, which is this. So if you liked this video or liked any of these thoughts, yeah, subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me know what you want to hear me talk about next. That is all. Peace.